and go a different route with this, so you don't set that precedent. We don't go down a path that it sounds like everybody behind me is saying is a detriment. So again, it's a late hour, so let the other people who want to speak about it use their time.
Thank you very much, and good luck to you on election day.
Thank you, sir.
Barbara Dixon, do you want to speak again, Barbara?
Sure you did.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Barbara. Bob Lisk.
I yield to Mr. Costi. I want to hear him before I talk. I'll wait my turn, just like everybody else.
Hold on, I'm not, hold on, everybody. When I call you, if you'd like to speak, speak. Okay? If you don't want to speak when I call you, you have the right not to speak. State your name and address, please, for the record.
Robert E. Lisk, 19 Nottingham Drive. When I came here 45 years ago, okay, this is going to be right through the 45 years I'm going to talk about right now, okay? No, seriously, I can be serious. I am in favor of this project for several reasons. The recreation part of it and the rateable part of it, and all I know right now is that I went to a meeting back there 45 years ago, and we were trying to get a bus route for kindergarten kids. And we went to a meeting, and I will say there were 5 people on the council. I can think of a couple of them: Tucker, Rapp, Rowe, Patterson. These guys were all up there. And the normal meetings had about 20 people at it, okay? And we all came there. It was the hottest night of the thing, and all the doors were open. We were out in the parking lot. There wasn't any room. So we asked for the bus. And what happened was Mr. Tucker got up and said, well, since there's only about 400 or 500 of you here, that means everybody in the rest of the town is not in favor of the buses. And I was just waiting for a couple of those Staten Island people to go up and strangle them, okay? But my story is, no, you weren't even born yet.
But he was still riding bulls.
And now he's throwing the bulls. Nice line, Mayor.
That was a good one. All right, go on.
All right, I am in favor of the project based on the information I have read and seen. And I hope you make your decision, the right decision tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Liss. Archie and Brown.
Archie Ambrone, 398 Brickyard Road, District 4, Howell.
District 4.
District 4. Yeah. Mr. Mayor, members of the council, township professionals, I'll keep my comments and opinions brief. They're in 2 parts. The first part's this. Again, before you vote, keep in mind that this rezoning is opposed by your duly appointed volunteers serving on the zoning board, the planning board, the environmental commission, and the farmers advisory. They're bright people giving up valuable time to examine the facts and make recommendations to this council. The Superior Court, in a well-publicized decision, the zoning board's decision that rezoning this parcel is really not in the township's best interest. They were in their rights to turn it down. The perception, and I mean the perception in my district, is that if you do rezone, it's nothing more than blatant spot zoning dressed up as a precedent-setting rezoning that will affect, in a negative way, other mixed zoning parcels throughout the township. The second part of my comment is this. Developers are investors and by definition are risk takers. I don't know how many of you have been to a racetrack and bet $2 on a horse race. Let's say we have 2 people that will call investors that go to the track on the same day. One buys a program, studies carefully, and bets one of the favorites. He has a reasonable chance for a return on his investment, albeit small. The second Bob doesn't bother with the program. He looks at the board and bets 100 to 1, long shot, figuring that that will be his greatest return. In the real world, there's no way he's going to collect on that donkey posing as a racehorse. He, of course, loses his bet and then sues the track and its patrons because he lost, and not for what he lost, but for what he would have won. There's no authoritative body in the country that would listen to his argument. The analogy may not be perfect, but here we are. We have an investment group with a great idea that had choices. The favorite would have been some parcel on Route 9, already a commercial zone. This project would have breezed through untouched, unscathed. However, the returns and the profits would have been much less. Land costs more on Route 9. Instead, he bet on a mixed zone parcel where returns would be astronomical by comparison. Never mind that this piece is environmentally sensitive, that sewer, water, and roads would need to be drastically upgraded, that spot zoning would be required, that height variance like no other in the township would be required. I mean, there's been complaints about the hotel on Route 9 that was going to be 4 stories and 45 feet, give or take. This is going to be 60, not 60 feet to the peak. This is 60 feet midline of the roof. So that's going to be right here. So actually, you're talking at the tip, somewhere around 75 to 90 feet. Anybody wants to dispute that, then I'll challenge them to fly an ultralight with an altimeter set at 65 feet, which should clear that roof, but it won't. So we're talking a lot higher than what's being said. They're allowed to do that for whatever engineering reason. I assume it'll make it more palatable to the public. Anyway, this will all come at a cost. Who here believes that this will be revenue neutral for the township? If anyone here like that believes that, I have a bridge I can sell you. In this township in the past, developers have had their way in every way that they wanted. And that's true. Who picked up the tab? We did. So here we have this investment group looking for us to roll over like we have done in the past. For me and the voters in my district, we are tired and we are through with subsidizing profits with our tax dollars. And that's what we've been doing. We want this project put where it belongs. And don't let yourselves be fooled this time-worn and erroneous argument that this development will bring in positive ratables. Our taxes have quadrupled over the past 10 years. More for most people. In that time, development has been rampant. This project will not enhance our quality of life immediately or in the future in its current proposed location. It will only degrade it. Thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good night.
T.J. Cohn.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thomas J. Cohen. I'm the Managing Director of the Monmouth Athletic Center. I prepared a statement tonight, but I'm really not going to read the whole thing. I do have a number of handouts. The problem is that the misstatements that were made all through the night. I love the comment about the 1,000 parking, I'm sorry, 2,000. Originally it was 1,000, then it was 2,000. Okay, there are actually 650 parking spaces approximately are in the original plan with a green banked area for another 250. That's really the original plan. It's under 1,000 parking spaces, and the green banked is because we don't really know how successful the business is, and to create all that impervious coverage without really knowing the success of the business. Clearly it will be phased. The BJ's was in here last night for the zoning board. They said, you know, they're going to have to phase their project now that the economy is the way it is.
Mr. Koski, if you would, please, sir.
The property is not environmentally sensitive. I have an LOI. I'd like to give that to the board. I know everyone's been looking for that. I'd be happy to give you that. I also have a
What is
map.
an LOI?
It's a letter of interpretation.
I know what it is, Mr. Vislaki, but a lot of people at home that are listening that are very concerned about this.
And this
Need
is
to
the
know.
this is the corresponding site. I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor.
Go.
This is the corresponding site plan to it. And if you could